Welcome back, Football Manager fanatics. My name's Ross from Sore Loser, and we're here today with another episode of Testing Your Tactics. This time we have a powerhouse 4-1-2-1-2 tactic that dominates the opposition. Run the intro, and I'll show you more about the tactic. Now, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you because these videos, they've really taken off. You've been hitting the like button, you've been subscribing as well, so thank you very much for that. If you like the video, please do like and subscribe. It really does help push this channel out there. I had a goal of hitting 100 subscribers before the end of the year. You guys have smashed that. Trying to get to, let's say, 250 before the year's out. But anyway, enough about that. Let me tell you about the tactic. Now, the tactic that we are going to be reviewing is Knap's 4-1-2-1-2. Apparently the quadruple was won with this tactic, so obviously we're going to give it a go with our own teams. As always, we have 3 teams that we're going to be going with that aren't kind of expected to win their league, just to see if it is a true reflection of how good the tactic is. As always, we're going to start with the transfer window banned in the first window. We're going to go on holiday for the rest of the season with no qualifications and no coaching badges, no experience, just as raw as we can. Let's see how good this tactic is and if it is worth your time. Now, the 3 teams today we're going to use for Knap's tactic are going to be Bournemouth, Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Now, Bournemouth, they have a media prediction to finish in 18th. Crystal Palace, a media prediction of finishing 12th. And lastly, Nottingham Forest have a media prediction of finishing 17th. Let's get into the Bournemouth one and let's see how they get on. But first of all, let's have a proper look at Knap's tactic. So it's been inputted into our tactic screen. As always, some weird little numbers and letters after the name, but the tactical style is a custom tiki-taka attacking mentality. In possession, fairly wide attacking width. Seems to be that every tactic we do, this section doesn't get touched. So, well, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. Approach play is pass into space. Nothing else selected here. Shorter passing and higher tempo. Low crosses in the final third and run at the defence, so they're all when in possession of the ball. In transition, counter press and counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And then out of possession, a high press line of engagement and a much higher defensive line as well. So it's very interesting to see. It's on the front foot tactic, trigger press more often and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Get stuck in and step up more. Very interesting, this one is Knap. So we've got a sweeper keeper in goal, 2 wing backs on attack and 2 ball playing defenders. Seems to be quite a common back line, if we're being honest. Now this is where it gets a little bit magical. A defensive midfielder on defend, a segundo volante on attack, a centre midfielder on attack. So the segundo volante and the defensive midfielder both in the defensive midfielder positions with the centre midfielder on attack. A second striker or a shadow striker, that's my Provo days coming out there, and 2 advanced strikers as well, all on attack. Very interesting to see how they get on. So media prediction is 18th. Let's go on holiday for the rest of the season. We're going to use the current match tactics as well, and we'll come back in the end of May. Hopefully we keep our job, and let's just see how we get on. Now, we've made it to the end of the season. We haven't been sacked, so that's 1 point straight away. But let's see how we got on in the Premier League. And Bournemouth, they've finished 6th. What a fantastic season that is. Predicted to finish 18th. They've finished 6th. That's plus 12 on their league position. 17 wins, 12 draws, and 9 losses. I mean, if those 12 draws were moved into the win column, then you're probably looking at Champions League potentially with this team. So that's a fantastic achievement straight away with Bournemouth. Let's see kind of how they got on in the league itself with the team overview. It never works when I click it first time. Very weird. So most points per game, obviously we finished 6th. Most goals, 3rd in the league with 79, 10 corner goals as well. Very nice to see. It's a good sign to the tactics so far. Most shots for Bournemouth is 2nd. Just ahead of Liverpool, but a little bit far behind Manchester City. But again, no transfers have been made. Yeah, no experience, no badges. We've just gone in as we have. And it's good to see 8th with the fewest shots against. Obviously, it's a very attacking formation with the high defensive line. So yeah, we are going to concede some goals here. Pass completion, not involved. Most possession, not involved there. Most tackles won, doesn't affect us. Most dribbles made, however, we are 8th there. Most clean sheets, not involved. Fewest conceded, we're not involved. But let's have a look at other competitions as well. In the FA Cup, nothing has happened, but we won the Carabao Cup as well. Fantastic. We beat Leicester 3-1 in the final. Can't view the fixture. That sucks. In the semi-final, an 8-4 victory against Leeds. In the quarter-final, we won on penalties against West Ham United. So all in all, it's looking quite good so far, this tactic. Let's have a look at how they did get on in the Premier League. Obviously, they drew a lot, but they didn't lose too many. So any kind of big wins here? I mean, there's a Tottenham 4-1, Manchester United 4-1. I don't think we can even see these games. We can't. A 4-3 against Burnley. So there's some good goals coming in. No real consistency, however. Although at the end there, 5-0 against West Ham and a 5-2 against Burnley, with a 3-1 against Newcastle. I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. We finished 6th with Bournemouth with no transfers, and we've gone on holiday for the season. Wolves, Sheffield United and Luton all getting relegated. Man United finished in 9th. Yeah, fantastic start. Let's move on to Crystal Palace. Can they do any better? Let's find out. Now, can we beat a 6th place finish with Crystal Palace? We've got the Knap's tactic. Again, wonderful names there, Knap. I'd love to know the theory and the thoughts behind it. I'm sure there's something there. Knap's tactic has been installed in for Crystal Palace to use for the season. We're going to go on holiday, use correct match tactics, and then we're going to come back at the end of the season. We'll come back at the end of May, and let's just see if we can better Bournemouth's 6th place finish and a Carabao Cup. Hold on tight. It's going to be a good ride. Now, we've made it to the end of the season. We haven't been sacked. Hurrah. So a 6th place finish is what we need to beat. And also a Carabao Cup win if we can. Let's see how we have got on in the Premier League. And Crystal Palace, we have finished 5th in total. I mean, we were a point off Champions League places, in 4th place as well. So 22 wins, 3 draws, 13 losses. I mean, the goal difference of plus 17 isn't fantastic. Let me move myself out of the way just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Now, with the Bournemouth one, we did mention what would happen if you moved the draws into the win column. Well, with this one, it's gone into the losing column, and they have missed out on the Champions League by 1 point. But let's have a look at how they got on kind of in total. I'll move myself back, but it's fine. Team overview doesn't work on the first click. If it works for you at home, let me know down below. So most goals for Crystal Palace with 85 in 2nd position. 13 corner goals here as well. So this tactic seems to get some good success from corners. Most shots for Crystal Palace with 504 across the season. A shot accuracy of 44%. So not too bad to see there. Fewest shots against. We finished 8th and, well, 8th in this little mini table, but 5th in the league overall. Pass completion and possession, yeah, these tactics aren't built around that, so fair enough. Most tackles won, 6th in that one. 853 tackles won in the season. Not sure what that means, but yeah, it's fine. Most dribbles made, we're not in the top 8 for this. Clean sheets, we're not on there either, or the fewest conceded. Now, very interesting reading. Have we won a competition? We've bettered Bournemouth in the league, but have we won a competition? And we haven't. But a Carabao Cup, knocked out in the semi-final by Manchester United. And in the FA Cup, it was knocked out in the semi-final by my team, Birmingham City, who went on to win against Liverpool 2-1. I mean, I'm just curious, just because it's my team, how did they get on? Mioshi and Hall and Szoboszlai scored in the 94th minute. Domination from Birmingham City. That's repaid them for the Worthington Cup final in 1999. But anyway, I digress. Good tactics so far. We've had a 6th place finish with Bournemouth, a 5th place finish with Crystal Palace. Last up is Nottingham Forest. Let's see if we can go any better. Now, it must be said, a pretty successful tactic so far. Speaking of tactics, we don't need an induction. We know what we're doing, or Knap does at the very least. We've got the Knap tactic installed here for Nottingham Forest. 6th place for Bournemouth, 5th place for Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest, can you go any better? Let's find out. So we're going to go on holiday, use correct match tactics, and we're going to come back at the end of May. I mean, yeah, well done Knap so far. Thoroughly enjoying this tactic, but I'll see you at the end of the season. Now, other than my own tactic, I think this might be the first time I've survived the whole season with all 3 teams that I've tested the tactic with. So, Knap, number 1 at the minute. Let's see how we did get on in the Premier League, and we've finished in 5th. You know, not even going to sniff about that. 18th place prediction. We've finished, was it 17th place prediction for these? Finish in 5th place. 19 wins, 8 draws, 11 losses. Goal difference of +10. I mean, can't sniff at this tactic. Very, very impressed. Let's have a look at the team overview. Didn't work again, but yeah. 4th this time, with most goals in the Premier League with 75. Only 6 corner goals in this one. Maybe they're not as good as corners as Palace and Bournemouth. Most shots for, down in 5th as well, with 497. 44% shot accuracy. Is that shot accuracy? Shots on target ratio, 44%, so it's pretty good, pretty good. Few shots against, not involved with this one. Pass completion and possession, again, along with the other 2, not involved there. Most tackles won, we're in there with 8th this time. Most dribbles made, most clean sheets, and fewest conceded. We're not on any of those. But let's have a look at the cup competitions. FA Cup, knocked out in the 5th round by Leeds. Did Birmingham City win this one again? Everton won this one against Manchester United. Good to see a different team winning the cups. And in the Carabao Cup, knocked out in the 4th round by Manchester City, who went on and won the whole lot. Yeah, it's a good tactic for Nottingham Forest. Let's see. I think I did forget to do this for the Crystal Palace kind of scheduling, but let's have a quick look in the Premier League and see if there's any nice big wins here. So 6-1 against Aston Villa, get in. Love to see that. 6-4 against Newcastle as well. I mean, there's some goals scored in this, but we are conceding as well. 5-0 loss to Fulham. 6-2 loss to Manchester United, followed up by a 4-1 win against Palace. I mean, it looks like a pretty fun tactic to go in. 5-1 against Brighton, but we lost to 5-0 against Liverpool. Yeah, good tactic so far now. Now, would I recommend you install this tactic and use it with your team? Yes, 100% yes. The difference is, when you're going to be doing this tactic, you're going to be signing your own players. You're going to be controlling the teams throughout the whole season, where I've just gone on holiday. So the fact that we've had a 6th place and 2 5th place finishes for the teams that shouldn't be anywhere near the top half, let alone European places, well done Knap. Absolutely fantastic tactic. Probably the 3rd best one I have reviewed so far in this series. So massive thumbs up. And talking of a thumbs up, hit the like button and subscribe if you have found this useful. If you've used the tactic, let me know down below, and I'll see you on another episode of Testing Your Tactics. Goodbye.